Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Megan coming at you with your Tech Tip Tuesday for the week. Please disregard the mess in the back of my office. We have been pretty busy here at Mountaineer Technology Consultants, and I haven't really had time to deal with that situation. So I'm going to jump right into it. A lot of people have been coming to me here recently telling me that their MacBooks are slow. Their MacBook Pros, their MacBook Airs, they're running a little bit slow. They're not as fast as they used to be, and they're asking me, how do I get my speeds back up to where they were previously? And so I've got about 10 little things that we could do to get your speeds back up and to help relieve your computer of that stress. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that your software is up to date. In the MacBook operating system, you go to the App Store and check your updates from there. Make sure that you're on the most recent update that it can tolerate. That will help speed it up just a little bit. This next tip is for all computers, not just MacBooks, but will help with MacBooks as well. You want to make sure that you are shutting these things down more often and restarting them more often, giving them a little bit of breathing room, giving them time to reset themselves, and to just shut down all of the processes that they're running so that they can just kind of refresh. Your browser is a big deal whenever it comes to speeds. Chrome is one of the particular browsers that uses more RAM than most other browsers, but regardless of the browser that you use, go through and clear your cache. Close the tabs that you don't need or that you're not using. Don't leave them open constantly. And depending on your browser, you can have plugins and extensions that you have downloaded in the past. Go through those and delete those if they're not useful, if you don't use them at all, or if you haven't used them in a while, and just kind of keep a smaller pool of the extensions and plugins that you use for your browser. Another thing that you can do is keep the computer itself cool. Don't set it on the couch, don't set it on the bed, and if you do, use a book or something to prop it up so that the fans can run properly and everything on the motherboard can stay cool. There are also laptop cooling pads that have fans in them that you can use to help keep it cool whenever especially if you're running multiple things at once, if you're doing research, doing homework, or even if you're just on Netflix. If you use widgets in the Mac OS, get rid of the ones that you don't use. You want to keep a small pool of those as well. They're fun and they're cool, but they take up a lot of the processing speed in those computers. Excuse me. So if you're not using them often or using them at all, just get rid of them. And that goes the same for apps and programs. If you're not using the apps anymore, or you downloaded a program to see something, you don't need it anymore, go ahead and delete those as well. You want to free up as much space as you possibly can. And that goes for the hard drive as well. Go through your hard drive, go through your files, your pictures, delete things that you don't need. Papers that you may have written, or you can take those and put them onto an external hard drive, or even use a cloud-based software if you would like to do that. Just get them out of your hard drive. That'll free up some space. The desktop on a MacBook is something particular that I want to talk about, because each item on the desktop of a MacBook is treated like its own window, and it has its own memory footprint. So if you have a lot of things going on your desktop, on your MacBook, you wanna consolidate those. Take like items, Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, put them in a folder. Things that you don't need, completely delete off the desktop. You want to keep your desktop as clean as possible, and that will actually help quite a bit. You can also check the startup apps and see if there's something on there that you don't necessarily need immediately as the computer starts up. To do that, you're going to go to your system preferences, users and groups, login items, and in that login items, it's going to show you a list of things that immediately start as soon as your computer comes on. If you see something in there that you don't need, kill it, turn it off, don't let it start up as soon as the MacBook starts up. The last tip, close heavy processes, give it a break. If you go to applications in your activity monitor, you're going to see things, it's going to show you what is using the most of your RAM, what is using, what heavy processes are there. And if you see something that isn't necessary, or if you have questions, give us a call, but kill those, turn them off. The last thing that I have to say, if you have a MacBook that is older than a 2013, Apple started putting solid-state drives in 2013 models and forward, but previous to that, you could possibly have the chance to upgrade to a solid state drive, which we've done videos on before. A solid state drive has no moving parts like a regular spinning drive, therefore it is much faster. So if your MacBook is older than a 2013, there's a possibility for an upgrade there. And then you can also upgrade your RAM. So RAM is random access memory, and it is what gives you the ability to run multiple things at one time. Say you're doing homework or research or streaming or whatever it is that you're doing. You can also, there is a possibility that you can upgrade that RAM. And if you ever have any questions about what can be upgraded on your PC, give Mountaineer Technology a call, and we will see what we can do for you. I hope this helps.